Hey, Sandy fam. I gotta take my glasses off because they're just so loose. They just fall right onto my pizza. Today I am making a pizza. Check it out. Don't have to wear a brace anymore, so that's cool, but this compression sleeve helps with the pain. Always gotta make sure your pizza slides first. I'm using store-bought dough that I've thawed and cold fermented in the fridge for 48 hours at least, maybe closer to 72. It's been sitting there a few days. It gets a real rich, tangy flavor in the dough. This is my homemade ranch sauce. I'll post a link to the recipe down below. This is super tasty. This is actually the one ingredient that's going to make this pizza not vegetarian, because there is anchovy in here. But I guess pescatarian. This is going to be a pescatarian pizza, even though it's a chicken pizza, sort of. Because I have these chicken nugs. They're made from like pea protein or something, but they taste so much like chicken. They're delicious. I really wanted to have a bacon chicken ranch pizza, but you know, I don't eat too much meat in my life. We got extra nugs to snack on. Put two more on here. That's good. That's so good. This is cheddar and mozzarella, shredded and mixed together. Didn't buy the pre-shredded, of course, because that won't melt quite as well on your pizza. Gotta shred it yourself so it'll blend the best. It doesn't have any of that cellulose non-stick filler that you get when you buy bagged cheese. We ain't got no time for that. Get some green onions on here. I love onion flavor, so just gonna use this all up. Touched. Oh. Still a little bit hard for me to open things sometimes. A touch of garlic powder. There's garlic in the dressing, but I like extra. And then cracked pepper. And we're gonna splash this with a little bit of wing sauce. Just a pretty drizzle to add a little bit of heat. A little bit of color. And our bacon bits, which these are made from soy, so no actual pork products on here. This is going to add that nice smoky flavor. Now this is going to go into a 550 degree oven that I've been preheating for a long time, because there's a sheet of steel in there called a pizza steel. Superheat it, it'll give this a nice crispy crust and cook it super fast, less than 10 minutes. Oh, part of it's shit. It happens when part of your pizza gets stuck. Glad we caught it before it went in the oven. Now the front, oh my God. A little flour under there. Get these toppings back on here. Okay, good to go. Now I gotta be fast. I made it happen. It's been about 8 minutes, so it's pizza time. Oh, she is pretty. Look at that. Listen to that. Smells so good. I don't know if I can put enough pressure. I just got out of my brace yesterday and I'm only approved to like lift 5 pounds. Of course, I tripped on the front steps earlier today and had to like catch myself like that. Hurt really bad, but I think I'm okay. But I'm just gonna try to do this maybe mainly with my good arm. Though, I found that scissors or kitchen shears are also a great way to cut pizza if you are disabled. I did that earlier in my recovery period, but it's just a bit, a bit slower. There we go. It's always nice to have like a dipping sauce with pizza, so I'm going to take a little bit more of the pizza sauce, this is my homemade ranch, and put a splash of this Frank's wing sauce in here. And finally just barely lick my fingers clean. Alright, this pizza is looking and smelling something good. Hopefully it's not quite too hot to eat. Nice and crispy. Beautiful spotting on the bottom of the crust. So cheesy. So delicious. The peppery seasoning of the chicken nuggets is so good. I'm not sponsored by these people, but it sounds like I am because I love nugs so much, but it's just a good product. Oh. Wow. With the ranch, perfect combo. It's such like a good comfort, fun food right now. It's been a hard week between, still dealing with this, and now it's like I feel so vulnerable getting used to like not having it in a brace. It's scary out there. A runner ran into me this morning while they were texting. Like, really? I was on the widest sidewalk in all of Brooklyn. It's like 20 feet across down by the waterfront on this promenade. And I was the only person out there. I didn't see anyone else, and then I get run into from behind by someone like playing on their phone while they're jogging. Luckily, they hit me more on this side and didn't knock me over, but spooked me because I feel so like weak right now. It's okay, everything turned out fine. But it's also been a trying week. My cat got sick this weekend. He gets like a stress response where his bladder becomes inflamed and he has trouble urinating, and you have to worry because male cats can block their urethra and get very ill and die. And he's gone through this many times before, and I usually just mix a whole bunch of water into a special food for him and he gets better in 24 hours. But my wife was kind of worried, so we would say, okay, we'll take him to a vet. And we went to a vet and they did a whole bunch of tests on him. Found out he didn't have stones or anything in his bladder. He was basically fine. And they gave him a bunch of pain medicine. They gave him opioids. I've been giving him opioids for a couple days. Just ran out and some like anti-anxiety pills to mix in his food. Been doing that, but they also gave him, ultrasound and x-rays. All in all, it was like $1,700 just for that one visit to the vet, where we found out basically nothing's wrong with him, and he's now recovered. I'm happy to take care of my cat, but I think that kind of ripped us off. So that sucked, but you know what? I mean, it's hard to put a price on loving your pet, so I can't really complain, I guess. But hopefully he's fully recovered and everything will be fine. But other than that, things have been going pretty well. Therapy's a lot of fun in that, like, afterwards I feel so flexible and stuff, like, because this is really tight, you know. It just wants to come to here, and then I can't really move it anymore. So I have exercises I do at home to, like, loosen it up, but when I go to therapy, I do the exercises, I get massages, I get, like, heat blankets wrapped around it. And I don't know if my therapist is just lying to me to make me feel good, but she says, like, of all the elbow injuries, she's seen that I'm having the fastest recovery of any of them. So that makes me feel good, but I don't know if that's just like a therapy tactic. I'm trying my best. It reminds me, after I finish filming this, I need to lay down on the floor and do my exercises where I lift my arm up into the air and then use gravity to help bend it back as far as I can. And do that really slowly, 30 times in a row. And it hurts, but, you know, no pain, no gain. And I gotta get it so I can bend it back to play cello and play bass. I can't quite get there yet, but keep working on it. It's my dream to be able to play music again. I'm really hoping I can get there. I'm scared that, you know, maybe I can't, just because the injury was so wild. In fact, let me show you guys the before and after x-ray here, or like the x-ray from when I got to the emergency room before anything was done to me, and then the x-ray that I took yesterday of how I'm healing up. So you can see that this bone went down through here and completely smashed off the end of my forearm. Just wild. So I know the recovery, like, prognosis isn't great for that, but I'll do the best I can. I want to make sure I can surprise myself, surprise the therapist, surprise the surgeon. Surprise the surgeon with, you know, how far I can go, how much I can get back. But it's not easy. But having one of the ultimate comfort foods, pizza, definitely helps my mood, because I was feeling pretty depressed today. I don't know why, it just, like, comes over me. And even if the day itself is fine and good, I can just feel the sadness in me. It just feels like I want to cry, but it's not happening. And I'm not really sure why. I'm like, oh yeah, my arm, it hurts, and I'm worried about it not, you know, coming back. But, like, I'm having a decent day. I don't know. The human body and the mind is complex. Ooh, that was too big of a bite. Just some water. Oh my God, you know, that feeling when you go from eating hot food to drinking something cold? This water had been in the refrigerator. Oh, it hurt my teeth so much. I warm them back up. Too much temperature change in my teeth. And I just put in a new Invisalign tray this morning, so my teeth have been moving a lot. It's actually my last Invisalign tray. Well, so far. Have to go to the dentist next week and see if there are any, if they want to get more printed, or there was some talk of maybe putting some rubber bands on my back teeth, which would be interesting right now because I guess I could do it with my right hand, hopefully, but I can't like use two hands at Oh, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But don't worry. I have been flossing. As I bought some of those plastic Y things that you can use with one hand. And yes, I made sure to get the recycled plastic ones because I am not a monster. Also, the recycled plastic ones were the cheapest ones, so worked out in my favor. It's crust. I love a crunchy thin crust. Look at that. Look how thin it is. Thin with a puffy edge. One of my favorite kind of pizza. Though I do also like cracker crust, or like bar style, where you know it's like paper thin all the way across, even to the edge. Usually toppings all the way to the edge too. That's nice. I feel like in New York there's not that many bar style pizza places at all. But you have to go to like Staten Island, or some places in New Jersey have it, I think, but I don't really get out to Staten Island. It's expensive to get there unless you take a long time to get there by going to the ferry in Manhattan, taking the ferry there, which is free, but inconvenient unless you live near the ferry. But I'll need to make a point to go try some Manhattan food though, because we're thinking about moving if we can ever afford it. This is housing market, man. It's insane. Houses that, you know, you would think should be selling for $150 max because they're piles of trash, are selling for $300, $400. And this is looking far away from here in the countryside. Like, I'm not even looking at property in New York City, because property in New York City starts at like $1 million. Lord have mercy. But what can you do? Figure it out. Just eat more comfort food. Bury your emotions in cheese. It certainly works. The green onion also makes this pizza. Well, thank you guys all for watching. I'm going to finish this up and see if my wife wants one of these slices or all three of them. I always like to share my food. And people always ask if I cook for my wife, and it's like, yeah, every single day. Most of the time she's not like into the type of food I have on camera, but most days of the week I'm making us dinner, picnics on the weekend and stuff. I try to be a good house husband. Shouldn't, since she's the one busy on a computer with a real job, which I very much appreciate. Got insurance to take care of my arm. Thank you, baby. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Should definitely make a pizza like this. So good.